Jake Wild Roamer Thompson was no stranger to the wild. As a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, he'd braved haunted houses, explored abandoned asylums, and even spent a night in a cursed cemetery. But this time, he was after something different, something unknown. His viewers had been sending him cryptic messages about a creature called Yed, said to lurk deep within the shadowpine forest. According to local legends, the Yed was a shadowy, shapeless being that could mimic sounds and lure people into the woods, never to be seen again. Jake, always up for a challenge, decided to investigate. "All right, folks," he said, holding up his camera as he hiked into the dense forest. "Tonight, we're hunting for the Yed. Let's see if this thing is real, or just another campfire story." The forest was unnervingly quiet. No birds chirped, no insects buzzed. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Jake set up camp in a small clearing, his camera rolling as he joked with his viewers. "If the Yed shows up, I'll give it a shout out on the channel," he laughed, though the unease in his voice was palpable. As night fell, the forest grew darker and colder. Jake cooked a quick meal over his portable stove, his camera capturing every flicker of the firelight. The chat was buzzing with excitement and warnings. "Be careful, Jake. The Yed is real. I've heard stories. Don't go into the trees after dark." Jake brushed off the comments, but as he settled into his tent, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. He lay in his sleeping bag, staring at the tent ceiling, when he heard it. A faint, almost melodic hum. It sounded like a mix between a whisper and a song, coming from just outside the tent. "Guys, do you hear that?" Jake whispered, grabbing his camera. The chat exploded. "We hear it. That's the Yed." "Get out of there, Jake." The hum grew louder, more insistent. Jake's heart pounded as he unzipped the tent and peered outside. The clearing was bathed in an eerie, silvery light, though there was no moon in the sky. The trees seemed to sway unnaturally, their shadows twisting and writhing like living things. Then he saw it. A figure emerged from the trees, tall, slender, and cloaked in darkness. Its form shifted and blurred, as if it were made of smoke. Its eyes glowed faintly, like embers in the night. The creature tilted its head, studying Jake with an unsettling curiosity. The Yed," Jake breathed, his camera trembling in his hands. The creature let out a low, guttural sound that sent chills down his spine. It stepped closer, its movements fluid and unnatural. Jake tried to back away, but his legs felt like lead. The Yed raised a shadowy hand, and the forest seemed to close in around him. The hum grew deafening, drowning out his thoughts. He tried to scream, but no sound came out. The last thing he saw was the Yed's glowing eyes, inches from his face. Then everything went black. The next morning, Jake's camera was found lying in the clearing, its battery drained. The footage from that night went viral, but Jake himself was never seen again. Viewers debated whether the Yeti was real or if Jake had staged the whole thing. But those who watched the video noticed something strange. The hum, the shifting shadows, the glowing eyes. It all felt too real. To this day, the shadowpine forest remains shrouded in mystery. Locals warn against venturing too deep into the woods, especially at night. They say if you hear a faint melodic hum, it's already too late. The Yed has found you. Yeah. What? Would you dare to watch Jake's final video? Or would you stay far away from the shadowpine forest? Yeah,